have kidney problems, before you do anything else, before you make any changes, there is one crucial step you must take. You must confront and defeat the very first thing that is causing the damage. So ask yourself, is your blood pressure under control naturally? Are you taking the right steps to stop diabetes in its tracks? Are you managing the relentless inflammation that could be wreaking havoc on your kidneys? Catherine here. I'm a doctor in natural medicine, and let me tell you, there is nothing more fulfilling than reading success stories from my follower, from people just like you. This is a message from one of you guys. I stumbled upon your channel after getting that dreadful stage 3 CKD and proteinuria diagnosis. I was so worried, but with your advice, cordyceps tea, B vitamins, CoQ10, and acacia fiber to help clean out proteinuria and all that junk in the urine and blood, I've actually reversed my stage 3B CKD back to stage 2. My first doctor told me there was no way to improve with CKD, but guess what? I did. Just had a blood test and my GFR is back above 60. The doc couldn't believe it and said, "Whatever you're doing, keep it up." Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. This is a story of determination. Guys, a story of victory, because this person has done something truly remarkable. And not just because I think his name is Luke, and not just because Luke shut up his doctor, especially because, he now has a GFR above 60. And you know what that means? It means his kidneys are back in action, filtering out toxins from the blood just like they're supposed to. Amazing. But here's the big question. How did this man do it? I believe it's because he tackled the root causes of their kidney disease head on, naturally. They didn't just manage their symptoms, they went after what was truly causing the damage, which was the proteinuria in his case, but it could be different for you. So today, I'm going to show you how to do exactly what he did. Today, I will show you 10 most effective ways of beating what's causing kidney disease, whether it's proteinuria, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, or inflammation messing with your kidneys. I've got you covered. And to kick things off, let's spill the tea on literally the tea that works wonders for proteinuria, because this is what helped Luke, in my opinion. Proteinuria, or albumin in urine, is the marker that separates those who are going to improve from those sending their kidneys a heartfelt goodbye card. But don't panic, there is hope. And it starts with a simple remedy, which is our number 10 for today, cordyceps tea. So this is something I have recommended as a supplement to so many patients, especially but not just those with proteinuria. And the reason why this tea helped Luke and so many others is simple. According to the Cochrane Library, which is the Bible, but for us science nerds, cordyceps preparation significantly decreases serum creatinine. And cordyceps is also incredibly powerful when it comes to stopping proteinuria as well. So no wonder you want to start taking this supplement as soon as possible. But Luke didn't stop at the supplement. Oh no, he took it a step farther and decided to whip up some cordyceps tea. Maybe he was inspired by my secret science-based recipe. And yes, of course, there is a scientific way to make this tea, because why just boil water when you can write a 30-page dissertation on it, right? Okay, don't worry, I will be brief with the recipe. So first of all, you want to find a reliable source for your cordyceps fruiting bodies. And no, you don't need to trek through the Himalayas to find them. Amazon's got your back, and so do most Asian markets. Once you found your cordyceps, what we want to do is to put 5 or 6 fruiting bodies in 250 milliliters of already boiling water. Keep the water boiling on high for 1 minute. Now, after 1 minute of the hard boil, put the flame at the lowest setting. Cover the vessel with a lid and let it simmer for another 15 minutes. The studies have concluded that it is best to brew the dried mushrooms for 15 minutes covered. Longer steep times degraded the compounds and shorter times did not extract nearly enough. This amount will brew a potent 8-oz cup of tea, but you may be flexible with the volume of water and increase if desired. Serve and drink your refreshing cordyceps tea, preferably after breakfast and lunch. And remember, never throw away the bodies. They are super rich in unique and powerful compounds such as ergosterol, a provitamin form of vitamin D, cordamine, which is known for its antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties, and other vitamins and minerals. Up next, number 9, another remedy for proteinuria. But what could be even more effective than cordyceps? Well, vitamin D is. Especially if you are low on what I like to call the kidney vitamin. If your levels are low, your kidneys are crying out for help and your proteinuria is laughing in your face. Seriously, I've said it a million times, but some folks still haven't gotten the memo. Get your vitamin D levels checked, especially, but not just, if you have high albumin levels. And guys, depending on your CKD stage, PTH and phosphorus levels, a regular supplement may not be enough. You may need the hardcore stuff. A vitamin D analog like calcitriol or alpha-calcidol. Another reason why you don't want to miss this crucial vitamin is because vitamin D is actually very useful for high blood pressure as well. In fact, if your levels for this vitamin are too low, you can expect ACE inhibitors and ARBs not to worry as they should. But hey, their nasty side effects are still going to be there, so at least you won't feel like those pills aren't doing nothing at all. Speaking of blood pressure, let's move on to natural solutions for keeping those numbers in check. I know what you're thinking, but Catherine, I'm already on a laundry list of meds for this. Do I really need natural solutions as well? Well, here's the problem with blood pressure. In one of the most significant studies about the possibility of improving with kidney disease of our days, CKD patients taking ACE-I or ARBs and loop diuretics, the most common blood pressure medications, were not seen improving as often as those not taking them. Because you see, we live in a world where the most common antihypertensive medications are now known to cause not just high potassium levels, but even kidney damage. Now, this is a big conundrum, but guys, please don't just stop taking these medications if you have been prescribed them. In fact, having uncontrolled blood pressure is a million times worse than taking medications for it. Stopping these medications will be like, trying to stop your car before you hit a wall by stomping your foot on the gas pedal. Instead, what I want you to do is taking action right now to improve your blood pressure naturally. And our number 8 for today is something that really helps with blood pressure. I'm talking about your lifestyle choices. Okay, wait a moment before skipping this part. Did you know that regular exercise is the only thing in the world that lowers blood pressure even in people that don't respond to medications anymore? Think about that for a moment, because there is someone out there that's taking several medications for blood pressure that are not working anymore and that could, save his own heart and kidneys by walking 30 minutes a day at a brisk pace. Just saying, alright? But please make sure that person is not you. Yes, exercising is way more powerful than pills, and the only other thing that's just as powerful as exercising is keeping a healthy weight. Up next, number 7, a supplement that few people associate with relieving high blood pressure, but that can actually help a lot is CoQ10. Now, CoQ10 is extremely powerful when it comes to protecting the kidneys. And studies are reporting that it could lower blood pressure up to 17/10 millimeters of mercury, which is incredible. But you see, CoQ10 is also an incredibly powerful antioxidant, and if you are deficient in this nutrient, your kidneys are going to suffer. Why is this important, you may ask? Well, here's a fun fact. A lot of people are running low on CoQ10, especially if they're over 50 or on statins or beta blockers. It's like a cruel joke from the universe. Just when you need CoQ10 most, your body decides to cut production. So, if you're in the over 50 club or you've got a prescription for statins or beta blockers, it's time to consider a CoQ10 supplement. And pro tip, remember to always take your CoQ10 supplement at the same time as you eat your Brazil nuts for selenium. These two antioxidants are known to boost each other absorption. Up next, let's talk about an incredibly underestimated cause for kidney damage. Our number 6 is going to be a remedy for inflammation. When I say inflammation, I'm mostly talking about those inflammatory conditions that damage the kidneys through an inflammatory process. These include glomerulonephritis, also known as nephritis, lupus nephritis, interstitial nephritis, vasculitis, even nephrotic syndrome. But here's the thing. Most CKD patients suffer from some forms of inflammation in their kidneys, including those not diagnosed with one of these conditions. So if the conditions I just mentioned sound like words you need to Google, well, that's probably a good thing for you. Trust me, knowing complicated diseases names is never a good thing unless you are a doctor, of course. But as I was saying, even if you don't have one of these fancy named conditions, your kidneys might still be under siege from inflammation. Want to know if inflammation is attacking your kidneys? Well, if you have elevated C-reactive protein or CRP, particularly above 5 milligrams per liter, you need to take action. But hey, luckily enough, the solution is easier than trying to pronounce glomerulonephritis. Enter the B group vitamins, with vitamin B12 leading the charge. Studies have shown that when your B12 levels go up, those pesky inflammation markers go down. Now, vitamin B12 along with the other vitamins of the B group is something you always want to supplement with CKD, but especially if you have reasons to believe inflammation is also present. But don't just get a regular multivitamin. Use one specifically made for people with kidney disease such as Renavite, Nephrovite, or ProRenal Plus. Now, time for our number 5, which is something else that's tremendously effective not just for inflammation in the kidneys, but also for symptoms of inflammatory conditions such as gout and osteoarthritis. Number 5 is curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric. I always recommend adding either some turmeric and piperine to your meals or using a supplement. The main reason is because curcumin is linked to decreasing creatinine levels in CKD patients. Yes, this molecule is extremely effective at protecting the kidneys, and not just because it fights the inflammation. I mean, curcumin is like nature's NSAID, but instead of damaging the kidneys like NSAIDs do, it has actually been linked to repairing certain cells inside your organs. Yeah, you heard that right. This molecule is incredibly powerful for kidney health. I mean, is that why the FDA is trying to ban it? I'm not even kidding. If you want to know why the FDA is still trying to ban curcumin, my video up here is for you. But wait, before you go sprinkling turmeric on everything from your morning oats to your evening wine, there's a catch. Now guys, if you want to benefit from the organ repairing ability of curcumin, you have to pair it with another supplement. This is extremely effective, especially for those of you that also suffer from diabetes. So let's talk about diabetes for a moment. The kidney repairing ability of turmeric are multiplied when you take it at the same time as astragalus. Recent studies found out that combining these exact ingredients can give you incredible results in terms of diabetic wounds healing. It can also help detox excess glucose from the body. And most importantly, this recipe can make the kidney function of patients in stage 4 of CKD go up by 12.4% in just 3 months, which is incredible. Now, diabetes is the most common cause of kidney disease and it must be approached in a holistic way. If your goal is to beat kidney disease, you also want to follow the right lifestyle and diet. This is why our number 3, which is my best recommendation for type 2 diabetes, is weight loss. Remember that diabetes is caused by visceral fat, the fat that accumulates around your organs, preventing your pancreas from making enough insulin and preventing the other cells in your body from using this insulin. But most medications can only stop the symptoms of diabetes, not the root cause of this disease. In fact, unless you can directly target this visceral fat with exercising, dietary, and lifestyle changes, your best bet is slowing down the damage diabetes does. And do you remember what I was saying about exercising and blood pressure? That even in people who are resistant to blood pressure medications, exercising can still lower blood pressure? Yes, 2 of the worst enemies of your kidneys can be defeated by moving more. But there is one more condition which is even more effectively controlled with this key lifestyle change. I'm talking about high cholesterol levels. Many CKD patients tend to underestimate the dangers of cholesterol. I'm not blaming them. They already have several other health issues to deal with. But let's be honest, cholesterol is like the forgotten middle child of kidney damage, ignored until it's too late. Don't let it turn your arteries into plasterboard, okay? This is why our number 2 is going to be phytosterols. Yes, this is the supplement I would recommend for cholesterol. Also known as plant sterols and stanols, these are plant-based compounds, natural substances that compete and block cholesterol absorption in the intestine during food digestion. You may have heard about them with the brand name Cholestuff, but there are other brands that sell the same high-quality supplement at a lower price. These supplements can really help with cholesterol. 2 grams of phytosterols per day can produce a reduction of 8 to 10% in bad cholesterol levels, as we can see. Incredible! Time for our number 1. The best remedy for cholesterol is going to be oatmeal. Oats are so rich in beta-glucans that just by enriching bread with rolled oats, the authors of this study observed an 11% reduction in total cholesterol levels in the participants. And I know that these are just numbers on a scientific paper, but if you could see how many people improve a whole lot of markers in their lab tests just by switching to a sugar-free fruit and nuts oatmeal breakfast, you would also be on my side on this. Oatmeal can drop your blood pressure, lower your cholesterol, control your blood sugar, and keep your digestive system in check. It's like the Swiss Army knife of foods. Got a health problems? There is an oat for that. So if you're looking for a breakfast that's going to make your kidney sing hallelujah, oats are the way to go. And guys, if you want to see more foods with incredible kidney protecting benefits, my video up here is for you, and this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Ciao!